I didn't do every single thing I possibly could to get Bernie Sanders in office, I would regret it. And I feel everyone here can probably relate, right?
Yeah!
Because we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to elect someone who listens to the 99% and has given us a megaphone, a microphone, to say enough is enough. We're done with the suppression and the oppression from the upper 1%. We're done with money in politics. We're done with our democracy being squelched at every single possible corner. Whether it's through the fact that we're not automatically registered at 18 years old to vote, or the fact through our closed and open primary system, or through the false narrative that mainstream media continues to feed us. They tell us that all odds are against us and have been telling us that, but clearly that's not true because we're all still here in California. And just like Josh said, our system is broken and they're terrified. They're terrified because we recognize it and we are standing together demanding again that enough is enough. Bernie Sanders has given every single movement, every grassroots movement, a platform not only to have a voice of their own, but to stand together. And united, there is nothing that people cannot do. They want us to conform, but conformity did not win the Revolutionary War. It didn't win the fight or ongoing fight for civil rights. Conformity didn't win women the right to vote. But perseverance did, and dedication and mobilization, and that's what I'm here to really talk about today. How many of you have volunteered before for a campaign, for this campaign? That's amazing, but that's not everyone. I have been around the country for the last few months, knocking on doors, talking to people, and the importance of volunteering is because CNN and MSNBC and the New York Times and the LA Times, because they're not educating about Bernie Sanders, we have to. We are the voice behind this movement. And Bernie says this isn't about Bernie Sanders, this is about all of us. And in order for all of our voices to be represented in the White House, we have to continue to stand together. So, if everyone here, think about if everyone here, there's thousands of people here, brought 10 people with them to the polls on Tuesday. That's incredible. I was in Michigan. The first rally I ever went to was in Michigan, where we were 20 points behind her, the other candidate, on Friday. On Monday, we were 5 points behind her, and on Tuesday, we took the state. And the only reason that happened is because people came to rallies, people talked to their neighbors, people spread the information about Bernie Sanders. I have not met one person out of the hundreds of people I've met who, when I give them the facts about Bernie, do not walk away feeling inspired or feeling moved, because he is on the right side of history, and he has been on the right side of history for 40 years of his entire political career. He was an activist before he was a politician, and as a politician, he still is an activist. That says a lot. He's the first candidate in the history of the United States to never accept one corporate dollar for his campaign. That right there is enough to sell. So here's the deal. It's amazing to come to rallies like this and feel the energy and feel passionate and go have your vote being heard. But what's even more amazing is when you take the time out of your life to say, I'm not going to sleep until we get Bernie Sanders in office. Because that's what we got to do. You can, if you go to berniesanders.com and put in your zip code, look up volunteering. You can phone bank from home if you don't have time to go knocking on doors. Statistically, when people show up to the polls, Bernie Sanders wins. So if you even have an hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes, please go knock on your neighbor's doors. It's really easy and it's fun to get to know your community and to have, that's democracy. Democracy is engaging in political conversations. Also something to remember with all of the voter disenfranchisement that's been going on, not only in this election, but throughout the history of our country, the best way to have your vote counted is to vote early. In California, you can take your mail-in ballot to your county register's office. The one in Los Angeles is in Norwalk, which is kind of far, but it's worth it. Go to Norwalk, give them your ballot, they'll give you another one, you fill it in and you see it being counted. If you mail it in, there's actually, you don't know if it's being counted. If you show up to your polling location on Tuesday, they can give you a provisional ballot. So the best way to have your vote counted is to vote early. And then you have more time on Tuesday to knock on doors and help provide transportation for those who maybe don't have transportation.
Yeah!
So please, if everyone can make a commitment to take the energy here and take the words from the man, Bernie Sanders, who's going to be up here and inspire you and make your hearts explode and implode with his power and his love. This is a movement of love. Take this energy and apply it to your neighborhoods, because you can talk to people I can't talk to people, and he can talk to people that she can't talk to. We really have to be each other's brothers and sisters keeper. So let's do this. Let's do it not for Bernie Sanders, but let's do it for all of us and get him in office. Thank you so much for showing me. And I would like to introduce the amazing